Back on the SportsMax zone, and the January transfer window has been blown wide open by the biggest deal for a single player in the history of football. The iconic Portuguese Cristiano Ronaldo has again hogged the headlines, this time at his unveiling in a glitzy ceremony in front of adoring fans at his new club Al Nassr. This, of course, is in Saudi Arabia. The 37-year-old Ronaldo, who reportedly spurned interest from MLS club Sporting Kansas City, signed a 2.5-year deal with Al Nassr on Monday, worth an eye-watering €200 million. That deal, which has a significant commercial element, is easily the biggest single contract signed by a player in the history of football. So, George, when this story first broke a couple of weeks ago, we were thinking, both of us, that given Ronaldo's pride and ego and desire to be in the limelight in football's biggest league, it would have been difficult for him to agree to this contract. Well, he has.
You see, a lot of people, it's amazing how many people who sit on the platform that we do, well, not platform that we do, because this is SportsMax, the platform, similar platforms, how little intelligence they apply to what they say. Because here it is that you have to make allowance for a reconciled decision by Cristiano Ronaldo, because this is a reconciled decision. As you said, it was clear what his intention was. His intention was to leave Manchester United and to play for one of Europe's premier clubs in the premier competition, which is the Champions League, with the aim of increasing his lead over his next closest pursuer.
That was his first choice, desire.
That is it. That is it. And you spoke also about his pursuit of glory and his desire for glory, and that's what has fueled him all his life. So he wants to be in the limelight. Make no mistake about it. The Saudi Arabian League, in real terms, is a flashlight. However, the reconciled position is this. Yes, it is a flashlight. But me by myself, I am brighter than a 1 trillion-watt light bulb by myself. And I am going to go there. So since I can't play in Europe's premier competitions for Europe's biggest clubs, I'm going to go and sign the biggest deal that a footballer has ever signed. How many players can say they have ever signed anything near this? How many players can say they got an unveiling as glitzy as this? No, there have been players who've been unveiled in bigger stadiums than the stadium at Al Nassr, which holds 25,000. But how many of them have been unveiled in a big stadium in front of an adoring public for the money that Ronaldo is doing? So he would have reconciled to say, well, I am still the biggest. There's still a historic nature to what I'm doing, still something that other players will be envious of, still something for people to aspire to, even though I'm going not in the equivalent of football's backwater, but the backwater of football's backwater.
Yeah, in other words, his career has been littered with achieving many firsts.
Yes.
And this is another one. It's just in a different way.
I almost said an unprecedented first. This is so huge for many. Only the baseball players. And so the baseball players, I'm thinking of a contract which dwarfs this. Baseball. I can't think of any NFL contract offhand that dwarfs this, but NFL and Formula One. Yeah.
I think Floyd Mayweather got about over $200 million for the Pacquiao fight, didn't he?
No, but you didn't get that upfront, because what this is an upfront deal.
Yeah.
Pacquiao's
and that was just a one-off anyway.
And Floyd's deal was contingent upon TV takings and everything else, and the revenue share and everything. So it may even be less than that. But I'm just saying, he made history today. Now, look at it. The Saudi Arabia League, lads, you've been in this thing a long time. You've seen this movie before, where a country with a football league that they sell to the world, or they're looking to sell to the world, as a league that will raise the footballing profile of the country and become over time as popular as the established leagues. I'm going to give you one league, and you are going to agree with me that you've seen the experiment there, and the experiment failed. the J League in Japan.
Yeah,
Lance, you remember when that was all the rage?
Zico went there.
Lance,
Zico went there in the same way that Ronaldo has gone to Saudi Arabia with the
intention
to lift the league.
And don't forget this, you talk about Zico went there. That's where Arsenal got one Arsene Wenger from. He was coaching Grampus 8, Nagoya Grampus 8 in the J League, and they took him from there, and the rest is history. So I'm saying we've seen leagues with big stars. Clearly, no star as big as Cristiano Ronaldo, because there's never been a star marketing, not even Messi, marketing-wise as big as him. That is the one thing the Messi supporters can't say. Cristiano is bigger marketing-wise. There's never been a player like him somewhere, but I've seen big players in leagues that they say, oh, this player is coming to raise the profile of the league. It doesn't happen because the established elite won't let it happen. And Cristiano will score many goals in the Saudi Arabia League. He'll have many more followers on Instagram. His bank account will swell immeasurably. Yeah? But it is what it is.
So you're saying Beckham, Zlatan, Rooney didn't help the MLS?
No. Beckenbauer, Pele, George Best. Those are the ones that helped the MLS.
Which was the NASL at the time.
Ezra Hendrickson. In fact, I'll wager, Lance, and you're going to agree with me. There have been players from the Caribbean who've done more for the MLS in terms of the actual playing in the league. Have done more for it than some of the high-profile guys that you've spoken about. Beckham is peerless, but Zlatan and so forth, I'd suggest to you that Stern John, Ezra Hendrickson and company have done more for the MLS than Zlatan did.
Well, Ezra from SVG won 2 titles
there you go.
With the Los Angeles Galaxy. Well, one with the Columbus Crew, I think. Anyway, Cristiano making the headlines again, as he usually does. Back with more on The Zone after this.